In a busy world with lots of things happening all the time, it's really important to know how to ignore some stuff. Ignoring things can help us concentrate better, feel happier in our minds, and become better versions of ourselves. Even though people usually say it's important to pay attention to everything, there's actually a big strength in choosing what to ignore so we can focus on what truly matters. Life is full of difficulties, and you don't have to deal with every problem right away. It's okay to ignore negative comments and setbacks. Take, for instance, an entrepreneur who faces doubt and discouragement. If they keep going despite the negativity, they might succeed and show that the doubters were mistaken. This Zen story reflects the power of ignoring in our life. In the past, there was a young student who wanted to find inner peace. He decided to seek guidance from a wise Zen master known for his wisdom. After traveling for days, the student reached the simple home of the Zen master. Excited, the student asked the Zen master, "Please tell me the secret to inner peace." The Zen master smiled warmly and motioned for the student to follow him. Without saying anything, they walked to a small tea house in a busy marketplace. Inside, the student saw a lot of activity. Merchants talking loudly, customers haggling, and a generally chaotic atmosphere. Without speaking, the Zen master sat at a table and gestured for the student to join him. A server came and asked, "What can I get you today?" The Zen master calmly said, "2 cups of tea, please." As the server left to prepare the tea, the student felt overwhelmed by the noise and distractions. Turning to the Zen master, he said, "Master, how can one find peace in all this chaos? The noise is unbearable." The Zen master smiled and asked, "Tell me, what do you hear?" The student listened carefully and said, "I hear the merchants shouting, customers bargaining, and dishes clattering." The Zen master nodded and asked, "What else do you notice?" Looking around, the student replied, "I see people rushing, colorful items for sale, and a busy atmosphere." The Zen master smiled and said, "Now, focus on our table. What do you hear?" The student focused on the table and was surprised to hear only the faint sound of the tea server preparing tea, with the marketplace noise seeming distant. Confused, the student said, "Master, I can only hear the tea server, not the marketplace noise." The Zen master nodded and explained, "You've discovered the power of ignoring. By concentrating on what truly matters and letting go of unnecessary distractions, you cultivate inner peace. The noise may continue, but you have control over what enters your mind and heart." The student's eyes widened as he understood something important. He realized that finding peace didn't mean changing everything around him. Instead, it meant changing how he saw things and where he focused his attention. So the student continued his journey, carrying the wise teachings of the Zen master. He learned to ignore the unnecessary noise in the world and concentrate on keeping his inner peace. He always remembered the valuable lesson he had learned. It's crucial to know that ignoring things doesn't mean ignoring the world completely. It means choosing carefully what we let into our thoughts and energy. By purposefully focusing on what really matters, we can find peace and clarity even in the midst of chaos. Ignoring things can be really helpful because it helps you concentrate better. In today's digital world, we get tons of notifications and messages that try to grab our attention. Ignoring these distractions lets us focus on what's important. By blocking out the noise, we can do our work more deeply, making us more productive and improving the quality of what we do. Also, when you're trying to achieve your personal or professional goals, it's important to ignore external opinions or negative influences. Ignoring these things helps you stay true to your path and not get swayed by what others think. This strong focus on your goals makes it easier to keep going, increasing your chances of success. Here is another story which shows the impact of the power of ignoring in our life. Once, there was a young man named Ken who was learning about Zen from an old wise master. Even though Ken studied hard, he thought he knew a lot about Zen and often argued with his master about it. One day, while walking in the forest, Ken saw some monks having a serious talk. Wanting to show off his knowledge, he joined them and tried to teach them about Zen. Instead of impressing them, the monks made fun of him, mocking his way of speaking, his clothes, and his beliefs. Feeling really angry and embarrassed, Ken tried to defend himself, but the monks' sharp comments hurt him a lot. With tears on his face, he ran back to his master's place and told him everything, hoping to find comfort. When he found his master meditating in the garden, Ken shared the sad story of how the monks had made fun of him and how it made him feel so bad. After Ken shared his thoughts, his teacher paid close attention. The teacher said, "Ken, today you learned an important lesson, the strength of not paying attention to someone." Confused, Ken asked, "What do you mean?" The teacher explained, "When you argue with others, you give away your energy and let them control you. But if you ignore them, you take back that control and show that they can't affect you." Ken thought about these words and realized the truth in what the teacher said. He understood that he had given power to the monks by arguing with them. Seeing the value in ignoring them, Ken thanked his teacher, saying, "Thanks, Master. I'll always remember this lesson." When Ken went back to the forest, he encountered the monks but deliberately ignored them. Despite their annoyance, the monks couldn't affect Ken because he chose not to engage. By ignoring them, Ken took away their power to harm him. Ken continued learning from his teacher and eventually became a wise Zen master. He never forgot the lesson about the power of ignoring others. Here's another story that shows how ignoring can have a strong impact. Ignoring things can be a really useful skill that helps in many areas of life. It can make you more focused and productive, and also improve your mental well-being and personal growth. Being able to choose what to ignore, like distractions, negativity, and societal pressures, is a strong tool for dealing with the challenges of today's world. Embracing this power of ignoring lets you be in charge of your attention, focus on what's really important, and lead a more meaningful and satisfying life. It's important to ignore things that don't help you grow. This means letting go of old beliefs, bad habits, or relationships that hold you back. Ignoring these things clears the way for new chances and changes in your life. Also, not worrying about what society expects can help you discover who you really are. Being true to yourself and doing your own thing might mean ignoring what others think you should do, but going your own way can make your life more meaningful and purposeful. When making decisions, it's important to focus on what really matters and ignore things that don't. By paying attention to the important stuff and not getting caught up in unnecessary details, you can make better choices. Ignoring irrelevant information helps you avoid getting overwhelmed and allows you to make decisions more easily and confidently. Deciding what to ignore is a key part of prioritizing tasks. In a busy world where our time and attention are always in demand, it's important to learn how to overlook less important things or distractions. By putting the most important tasks first and concentrating on what really matters, people can be more efficient and get more done. The ability to ignore less important stuff is a powerful way to direct our energy toward goals that match our personal or professional aims. Here are some examples that show how you can ignore someone in everyday situations. 1. Set clear boundaries. Instead of engaging with a bully, firmly say, "I won't talk to you anymore because of your hurtful behavior." 2. Stay consistent. If you ignore a bully once and then talk to them the next time, they might think it's okay to keep bothering you. Be consistent in ignoring them. 3. Be polite but firm. If someone wants to talk to you but you don't want to, politely say, "Sorry, I'm busy right now." 4. Don't take it personally. If someone is rude, remember it's about their actions, not your character. Take care of yourself and prioritize your well-being. 5. Consider your feelings. Ignoring someone can be emotionally challenging. Do things that make you happy and fulfilled to take care of yourself. 6. Avoid eye contact. In situations where you're being harassed, not making eye contact shows that you're not interested in interacting. 7. Physically, turn away. If someone tries to start a conversation you want to avoid, turning away physically lets them know you're not interested. 8. Walk away. If someone is being aggressive, it's okay to walk away to protect yourself. It's really important to be able to ignore things that distract you if you want to stay focused and get things done. Nowadays, with all the notifications, emails, and social media trying to get our attention, being able to ignore those things is like having a superpower. It helps you filter out what's not important and focus on what really matters. When you can ignore things that don't matter, you can concentrate better, work more deeply on tasks, and end up getting more done. In a world where everyone wants our attention, learning to ignore things becomes super important for doing well in our personal and work lives. It means choosing what to pay attention to, focusing on what's important, staying calm, setting limits, and being creative. It's about using this skill wisely, knowing when to concentrate and when it's okay to not pay attention. When we can do this, we feel more in control and can live happier lives, even with lots of information and requests coming our way. Ignoring things can also help in personal relationships. In real life, there are often conflicts or small arguments. Ignoring small problems lets people focus on the overall health of the relationship. By not getting caught up in minor issues, people can make their connections with others stronger and more lasting. Everyday situations show how important it is to learn how to ignore things. Whether it's staying focused at work or dealing with personal issues, being able to block out distractions and negativity can make a big difference. If you found this helpful, please give us a thumbs up to help us reach more people seeking ancient wisdom. If you're new here, subscribe and click the notification bell for more lessons on ancient wisdom. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video. To watch more videos, choose one of the videos that will appear on your screen now. We will meet very soon. Until then, take a very good care of yourself.